It is going to be a mix of acts, so that, no real surprises over there.
In that late game scenario, past the 35-minute mark, when that Medusa is fully online, OneWin are going to suffer, and they're going to suffer pretty badly. If there is an incoming rotation, then OG can choose at any time to actually melt that refraction charge. All you really need is that battle hunger placed down, and of course it has a very low tick rate, so the refraction is only going to burn down. It's going to pretty much burn down very slowly.
Middle lane, by the way, Stormstormer is destroying Squad right now. On the puck. He's managed to get a double wave out underneath the tower, and Daze in the meanwhile will find Kasane elsewhere. So despite the fact that all you had was that lift early in, you still get it done, and now Stormstormer in middle. Squad is just being kind of owned.
The playmaker that he was for the earlier parts of his entry into OG.
Oh, top lane, there's action going on right now. Sweden Strong might be able to actually find this Medusa. Medusa's gone very low on mana, but with a quick little wand up, he and Lelis will both be able to stay alive. This is some spectacular living on the edge shenanigans going on, and in the meanwhile, Lelis will make sure he dies before there is a TP or a respawn on Sweden Strong, so he will not get the experience, only the gold.
They are setting up very nicely for that eventual 6-minute
This might be a quick kill over here. Fantastic call. The telekinesis back, but it's a savior from Kasane's hands. Mixer still trying to dive in deeper, but the tower aggro means he's taking a lot of last hits. Creeps now coming in as well. Munkushi's being forced to be playing around these trees to get his last hits, so and can snowball forward onto Triple S, and OG puts himself in an even better position. The problem with Squad is coming in the back lines, and with Kasane's help, they should be able to get a response onto the... Now, nice Dream Coil onto a couple of players, but Mixer's trying to find space for a call. 3 seconds on cooldown before he has it again, but the dunk is ever ready. Daze bringing back Shakira with a quick telekinesis, and Squad needs to be careful. He'll have the curveball right back over, jumps back to the high ground, but it still ends up being a 2-for-1 trade-up.
And in a scenario where you have that Desolator up for OneWin versus the Blink Dagger, that's going to be good.
Mid lane, Sweden Strong caught out, and he should be going down, just trying to get as much damage out as possible. Macropie used as well over here. Rubik, of course, will not be able to steal that. He'd already gone in, and the damage is nice, but it doesn't really mean too much. All in the meanwhile, maybe there's more kills to be found. Kasane, where are you off to, buddy? Snowballing in, and it's hell out here, and you know what they say about a snowball's chance of hell. That saves Squad from a quick little pullback from Stormstormer. Tower for tower will be the trade. The Templar Assassin has abandoned this fight a long time ago.
No ultimates. I mean, you had a Dream Call, but there's no arena.
And Kasane is caught out. He's the game just gone in. It's more and more free kills for this Axe to continue farming up the Code of Blood.
I don't know if you saw it, but when that Mars went in with the arena, Daze came in with a stolen snowball, completely negating the initiation from OneWin.
I think the problem is that they had so many players who cleared out Radiant side jungle initially, as we will see the Tormentor being made a priority, that when that jungle is cleared out, they're not expecting an initiation in pure darkness. So getting that ward down in the middle of the team fight, obviously helping them out a fair bit in terms of having a clear way to move forward and get the Dream Coil as well. But yeah, definitely overstaying is welcome. And it does feel like his progression has been slightly stalled. He's still got the Shard coming in onto Stormstormer, so he will have the additional Watcher path around the Remnant.
Comparison to both the Ember and the Storm, doesn't scale up as well in the mid-game specifically, in that 20 to 30 minute mark.
Is Squad going to be able to find this kill without putting himself at risk? Well,
question is, will he be able to find 2 kills?
No, the channel coming through, but it should be a death in the bottom side of the map instead. Munkushi will be more than happy to collect. Do we just fight here and now? Do we force the 4 versus 4? Even if they did, it would be a mistake. Nice snowball to save out Munkushi, but he still needs to be forced back. The Force Staff keeps him away from the Stone Gaze. Shad inside the arena, locked out from the rest of his teammates. That's an excellent disengage, but will it matter? It's only given Stormstormer time to come over. And with Stormstormer now nearby, you can't stop this tier 2 tower from falling.
They only have one more way to initiate, and that's Squad 1x with his Dream Coil. This amount of safe play is really not something that Templar Assassin thrives in. You have to go for some initiations. You have to engage with the other side.
Well, feels like OG and OneWin have largely been playing 4 versus 4, and OG have decided to make it 5. OneWin haven't quite been able to get onto that wavelength yet. Axe has a 9-second BKB that he's had for a little while. How do you stop this high ground from falling without the macro fire at the ready, without anything like that at the ready? And
well, step 1 would be to actually bring in the
show up?
Templar.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's
the
first step time.
You know, everyone says showing up is half the game. I didn't realize how true that is.
3 heroes from OneWin are not present inside of this base, and they are going to give 1 free racks. If the
doesn't have a TP.
If the concern is the Aegis on this Axe, then I have bad news for OneWin, because it's not going to get any easier if when that Aegis expires.
Cultures.
Right?
Not that should matter too much when you are in the base, and that's all there is to defend, I suppose. But yeah, Munkashi trying to be a little bit safe as he is going to move back, but the price of his life will be Kasane. OneWin have no control around this map. They have no idea where their opponents are coming in from. It's a fantastic game between Mixa and Stormstormer, but now Shad's here to party. Rapier still far away.
Has devolved into a game of cat and mouse, but how much longer can OneWin actually avoid OG is the big question, as OG are on their second lane of racks, and I don't think you can give this away. You are going to be giving the game away if you lose your second lane of racks before the 30-minute mark.
Squad still hasn't TP'd, by the way, so the puck is not going to be available, and even if he comes, he has no mana, so he has to be in Fountain for an extra 5 seconds or so. Look at how much damage this Medusa's doing. The only thing saving them is backdoor protection, and that's temporary. Shad just can't be touched right now. It's a smoke up for Squad. He wants to go in. He blinks forward. He's already used the orb because he knows he has to stay alive, but there's nothing to be done. There's no dream quest to be had. There's no follow-up even if there were. And while there's a wraparound being planned, it's been spotted already. Kasane was forced to deward, and as Stormstormer looks to punish him, Munkashi nearby is hoping to go in. Remember, he went for the Nullify, sorry, not the Rapier, and all in the meanwhile, Days will fall as well. Mixa might not be able to finish off the dust, but he's keeping everyone else away. Stormstormer not able to get onto Munkashi. Munkashi's got some great damage, takes Lelis down, but these cores are still standing. All 3 of them. OG, if they can disengage over here, this is fantastic stuff. Shad, though, would be the big kill to find. Out of mana, no Aegis. He should be going down, but can you even focus him? Munkashi looks elsewhere. He wants to take apart Mixa, so Shad doesn't have a chance to run away, but Stormstormer's been given time to re-engage, and now Munkashi's the one falling instead. He thought he had time to take down the Medusa. He was wrong. He was so very wrong. It will finally be demise for the Medusa. But all in the process of doing so, you lose another lane of frags. You lose so many of your cores.
I'm
as well as downhill as it gets.
That I'm going to ignore. I'm talking about uphill. D-time K2. You go up the hill, up the mountain. Actually, sorry.
They might be falling down. They might be falling down K2 right now because it does feel like they're coming down from the beach. But Squad right now, BKB already used. Storm. All he needed was a single astral step forward. And he's already...
BKB's down. I mean,
yeah.
It doesn't really seem like OneWin. They are so trigger happy, or I would say trigger afraid of OG initiating in. And without the BKB from the puck here, OneWin, are they going to make that attempt to contest Roshan? It certainly does seem like it with the way that they are positioning themselves, but OG, they are looking prepared, leaving only their Medusa inside of the pit.
Oh no, it's already a catch onto Sweden Strong, and if he dies on the Jakiro, how do you contest this at all? Mixa as well in the front line, just trying to find the call onto the Triple S Mars. Good arena to try and isolate. Buyback on the Rubik immediately as they want to fight. They know it's here and now where they can end the game. Remember, TA never went for a BKB, so she's consistently going to be disabled. Squad's already down. Munkashi trying to fight, and fight he will, but there come the disables. There's a quick snowball to keep him alive. Sweden Strong dies as well, but Stormstormer, look at these pulses. He keeps on getting 3-man silences. There's nothing you can do in a fight like that. Well, let's see if they have the wherewithal to have that conversation. A couple of fights going their way would still be nice for a bit of confidence as you come out with a Roshan's banner. Shad Fighting uphill, nice little astral steps forward. Stormstormer will be able to catch out Sweden Strong, bring him down to half HP. The Remnant doesn't quite land, but all in the meanwhile, where is Squad going? They've got all 5 players back alive, but only for about 5 seconds. Sweden Strong lose his life. Buyback is available. Don't forget, nice astral step forward to keep all of the support zoned out. Stormstormer fully exploiting that resonant pulse, or the dissimulate. And now he has that second ring as well. God, he's found Triple S inside the trees. The BKB is already used by the Mars. How does he go forward? The Raxes will already be gone by the time they try and initiate. Triple S is now able to catch them out, and Medusa's outside of the arena, so he can continue to front line. The back lines are where the real fight is going on. Unkushy just being life drained away. The puck can't find a target. Squad's not got anything to do over here either. His BKB is run out. He doesn't have the distance on the curveball, and with that, even if Stormstorm is not going to be able to kill him initially, it seems like an inevitability. Mix is being chased down, but he goes back onto Triple S. Kasane is going to fall as well, and Squad is the only player alive who can maybe even look to touch them. GG is called. Kasane realizes it's been over for a long time. And OG, a very convincing performance coming off the back of a fantastic draft. This was a team unleashed. Okay, they go for a Jakiro. In a similar vein, it is a spammable disable. It's also a lot of good counter push, which frankly they didn't really have so far at this point. But a Morphling now on the other side, one would really feel like they've come out on top of this draft, like massively so.
And that Ember Spirit for that added disable, you can steal yourself up that Searing Chain if you have to chase down someone. And it really seems like this is a very... It seems like this Morphling has walked into a playground with all the toys available in his to play with. And it's not a good look. A Lifestealer versus a Morphling, I have almost never seen a Lifestealer win in the late game. And even on that, over on that top side, it's one win who do have that better lane. Sure, Shad can use that rage to go in, but there's no way to actually stop Sweden Strong from using that shackle on Lelis.
How do you think the mid lane? Oh, Mix has found Kasane. That's a big kill. Warlock may be getting a little bit too feisty. He was trying to get a good Fatal Bonds out, and in doing so, he will be losing his life.
Yeah, that is the trade-off. So if you have to build up kills early on, then you go for the max out Shadow Strike. But still, again, in this game...
Oh my god, the Shackle out as well. Look at how much damage they're dealing. He's gone. Lelis didn't even know what's going on over here. It is
no way to cancel it.
Yeah, you're right. You brought that up earlier on as well, and that long shackle is a real problem. Yeah. Life of a position 5, man. What can you do? Do you... Oh, hold the point, because Stormstorm is being gone on. There's that shackle coming in again. You've got even a quick little rotation from the Warlock just to make sure the Shadow Word can be there. Blink in as well. As Stormstormer tried to dodge out the projectile. It's not going to be enough. That's a fantastic kill to find, especially considering how much we've put an emphasis on the 6-minute rune. They are now going to be able to find that. And the kill on the Stormstormer puts him very significantly far back.
Squad 1x anywhere. Of course, there is a rotation coming towards that top side time.
And in they go on to Triple S. Daze is hoping to be able to help find them the kill, and it seems like it's almost a guarantee. Sweden Strong needs to be careful, but there's a double rock. They will not matter. It feels like a wasted chaotic offering, but look at the damage that Shad is taking, and with the shackle to follow up, Kasane's golem is just bashing away on him. It's very rare that you get to see the golem doing that much damage, but so far the spell of the game is, funnily enough, just been the shackles from the Shadow Shaman.
Surprisingly, the hero Lelis has not skilled his ice path. There's literally no way to actually stop that shackle. And kudos to Sweden Strong for actually recognizing that fact and holding his shackle just when the rage went away. He was able to lock down that Lifestealer, and the golem was able to do the rest.
Triple S is also just going to TP right back into farming up a stack, which is quite good. But the top lane, another shackle onto Shad. But maybe this one is an overextension. Mixa rotates back in, and with Daze pushing forward, they're hoping to find both of the supports. It's the fire and ice combo. That'll take down Kasane. Daze as well spotted out. Do they have a way to stop the channel? Yes, they do. Daze holds the disposed long enough to guarantee the kill, and that's a big 2 to find. Shad involved as well. That's really good when there's a Blade Milk Wop on the other side. Stormstormer now trying to find a quick kill on the Kasane, who does seem to be the whipping boy for OG. More often than not, Kasane, as he tries to lean back, there's that Sonic Wave. Lelis is found, but it's a 1-for-1. Stormstormer shows off. You know what, you've got a Blade Mail, I've got one too. Now what? Well, I'll tell you now what. Now Shad is fighting up against Shadow Shaman, looking for a little bit of revenge. A great root even comes out onto the Queen of Pain, and with that, she can't survive. And suddenly what was supposed to be a big fight for one win has ended up being OG's success.
A bit of a mismatch. Squad 1X is not the one who should be starting the fight.
Oh, good ice spot. Triple S is also just going to be pushed back. The Sonic Wave doesn't find anyone. Triple S is going to end up going down, and the disengage has come through. If Squad blinks forward, remember, he is asking for trouble. This is a big potential kill on Mixa if they can just find him, but tracing him down will not be easy. Shad is in hot pursuit onto Sweet and Strong, who's got himself an attempted ward trap. It will not matter. Shad should be able to finish off this shackling Sweet and Strong, but instead he tries to prioritize his life. Daze is bringing him back as well. Shad needs to disengage, but instead he comes back out of the Ancient just to take down Munkushi. Squad still stays alive. This is turning to be a good fight for one win, and as Mixa might be falling as well, another follow-up Hex. Look at the damage that they have. It all goes wrong. OG hugely overextend into the enemy triangle. I don't know if you want to channel forward, Marcy. Daze actually comes out towards the top lane where there is multiple players waiting. Sweet and Strong as well with a quick Hex trap will be going down, but not before he puts a Jakiro the bed as well. Squad 1X can come through to guarantee that. Shad comes out of the Ancient, and with Daze nearby, he's going to be able to make this a 1-for-1 at the very least, but Mixa nearby drops the Tombstone. Sonic Wave has been dodged out by the Undying. Stormstormer forces back the Queen of Pain, and with Munkushi unable to do much, it has to be Triple S to engage. What a save! The rebound comes through and again just pulls out Stormstormer. Munkushi coming into this fight has found nothing so far, and even if he lives, a 1-for-1 with the Morphling getting nothing? That's big. Squadix though, he's actually managed to re-engage, and what a blink in from Triple S. The Chaotic offering onto 3. There's so much damage with the Fatal Bones being done. They don't have a chance.
Kasane with that Chaotic offering, that golem drop on towards 4 heroes. That was the Berserker's call from hell.
Oh my god, they're gonna find him as well. They've got the follow-up. Oh no, Stormstormer. What an overextension! Sweet and Strong on the high ground just gets the Hex Shackle.
But OG were just trapped in an awkward position. That is not a place where you can fight that narrow corridor, which is the perfect setup for that Chaotic offering. All Kasane needed to do was press that big button, press the big button, and I mean, one win. I wouldn't say they outplayed OG. I just think that their draft just works out so much better. There's not a whole lot that 4 melee heroes can actually do when a golem drops on you.
To be fair, I will say that was some very good guiding coming out from one win to make sure that they had the re-engage as well. And the fact that they have such a good combined go button is that is impressive. Sweet and Strong, quick Hex out on the Stormstormer, but the invisible Queen of Pain is a real support. Nice little blink in. The Sonic Wave onto 2 as well, but the call doesn't have the follow-up necessary to get the kill, and suddenly what they thought was a fantastic fight has turned into anything but guess what? You can't interrupt TPs, you can't get kills. It ends up being a 1-for-none.
For OG, I don't think this Aegis changes a whole lot in the sense that I think one win will still be able to fight against that Aegis.
It helps you push, but if one win take a fight before you can get to the tower, then yes, it is going to be difficult.
To be able to dish out the decades for sure, but I do wonder if he should be going for that BKB on that Undying.
Top lane, how annoying is Sweet and Strong. Just pops out his Mass Serpent Ward, forces the Glyph as well. They're just going for the counter push, but look at the TPs. Can they catch him? Yes, they can. Stormstorm finds the Queen of Pain, but he's got a BKB of his own. Will be able to just TP out.
They're still chasing though.
They're trying to, but who are you going to find? Kasane? You've been finding Kasane all game long. And even he's a hard to kill with the Shadow Word. Oh, that was scary.
Yeah.
Daze barely gets away to safety. Mix in the meanwhile hoping to find a fight early on and just make sure Triple S doesn't have a blink dagger available. He knows it is time to hunt, but Nixa might be the hunted. Shad trying to follow up, but the back lines is where, again, it's all about holding them down, holding them up, and Munkushi's gone! You ask how you kill him, well, there you go. You just do. Stormstormer's just getting every single one of these searing chains out. Kasane is not going to be offering anything to this fight. Without the chaotic offering, how do you defend a tower? How do you defend the Shadow Shaman? Infest into the enemy. And Shad's gone and got a double. Remember, these supports might have buyback, but Munkushi doesn't blink in! Call on 3! The Sonic Wave as well! Triple S coming in with that perfect initiation, and if there's a bash, then maybe Shad can fight, but he doesn't quite have it yet. The buyback! It comes through, locks him down. Shad is gone as well, and Squad, with the help of his supports respawning, thought that he'd win the fight, but Stormstormer keeps it going. He has so much damage. They kill the Shadow Shaman twice. They lose 3 of their own, but undoubtedly OG come out on top. Hunting for anyone they can find, but there's no stragglers. Roshan is what they're worried about, but by the time they even get there, can they do anything? Squad actually ends up linking in. He's been stunned as well, but there's no follow-up damage. There's no follow-up disables. He knows he doesn't need to use his BKB just quite yet. They remove the tombstone, and they're A-okay. You've lost the Aegis. You have to make sure you don't lose any more.
And against the Aegis, how do you defend this without the disables either to hold Munkushi down?
It's really strong. It's hunting. Munkushi, they go in and again, they get the stun. Do they have the stun on top of it? No. Icebox a little bit late. He's able to get the strength warp off on time. Even able to morph into the life stealer. Shad respawning, coming into the fight, but he simply can't get the right clicks. Axe ends up going down. Munkushi cannot focus down on anyone either, and it's the back lines where the fight continues. So Marcy hunts and hunts. He will be able to take down another support, Kasane, to hit the deck, and Munkushi again just doesn't feel like he can get any right clicks. How is the Morphling the one who's being kited? Still stunned up by the bash from Shad. It's a quick old man fighter with the butterfly. Munkushi should be coming out on top. Guess what? This is not mano a mano. There's a dragon right behind this life stealer. Jakiro stuns him up. A follow-up ice spot would be great, but it's not off cooldown just quite yet. He knows he needs to eliminate the only disabler, and with Munkushi taking him down, he doesn't realize there's still too many players to fight. This was never a one-on-one. What a fight from OG. What an initiation coming out from Daze.
Smokes from both sides. T-time. Squad 1X trying to bait them in.
Well, they might be looking for that 5-person foremost. Daze takes in the life stealer. Look at the damage that Triple S is caught. He turns it all back. Shad doesn't have anything to do. He's dead before he knows it. And Squadix now uses the BKB to pursue on the Mixer. Realizes Mixer might be a bit too tanky. 6,500 HP on him. They don't have a way to interrupt the TPs, but this is a fight that's already been won.
In the lead for this second game.
I mean, that's a great counter initiation from Triple S. I do want to give him some love because obviously I mentioned that Mixer seems to be having a little bit more impact overall. It's really well done. It's what enables it all. And Lelis in the meanwhile going down is, like, it's not the most meaningful, but it is troublesome.
Good call, and a great call on the high ground can be the way that Munkushi is able to break through the rest of OG.
And Munkushi right now is hoping that his Aegis is going to be enough to help him break through regardless. Without Shad here, these Raxes might just very well be gone. At the back lines where already they're feeling a little bit afraid. Munkushi losing a lot of strength. 40 stacks of decay already on him. That's a 1.5 second cooldown on the Undying Decay, by the way, because of the level 20 talent, obviously.
Two Berserkers
There's a fight attempt that's being made right now from OG Tultrus. They want to go in, but what is their form of initiation going to be? It ends up being the Searing Chains, but Triple S is immediately fighting back. You never had an Ember Spear to begin with. You never had him at all. Shad, a quick bash. The DK is good, but the 4-stars are better. But because she's forced back into the fight, he's going to lose his Aegis. Is there follow-up? Cheese up from Triple S as he tries to stay alive. He won't have another goal. Daze is chasing him down. The Unleash from the Marcy is enough, but the Hex comes through and his BKB runs out. Munkushi isolated in the back lines, frozen up as well. There's Golem number 1. Is there another to come through? There is a refresher shot in his inventory, but with Munkushi already being dead, they're trying to disengage. Axe in the back lines. Backgrounds has been used up as well. He should be falling while Kasani will have the same fate occurring. Axe will go down to Mixa and Lelis. It's all about initiation.
To get inside to support their Morphling, because Daze just does a great job in keeping everyone zoned out. Mixa on that Flesh Golem just does an amazing job at keeping everyone held back. And 1win, they are on the brink, T-Time, on the brink of dropping down to those lower brackets, but they're not going to go down without a fight. They have the buyback on that Morphling.
That's absolutely massive. That's 90 seconds without a Shadow Shaman. The Morphling buyback or not, you can't win a fight without your Shaman and your Warlock. You're going to be losing 2 lanes of Rax's minimum. And saving out the glyph, they've actually used it as well early on. Right now, their only hope for not getting Mega'd is that OG backs off. Maybe OG doesn't even want to go for the Megas. They're trying to go in and keep Squadix zoned out. Buyback for the Morphling will be saved for the absolute very bitter end. I don't even know if he'll be buying back for the last lane of Rax's. They're looking for a fight. Mixa really wants to use that blink. Hex, and he's found him! Munkushi still manages to BKB back up. Waveforms in, he's trying to fight with the Rage on. Queen of Pain Sonic Wave only being used to try and push them away. Marcy's gonna end up dying before she can take apart the supports this time over, so you will see that Shadow Shaman coming back into the fight. Mixa getting low, but he's on 6,000 HP for total. He's got 4k still left in the bank. You're not taking his life away easily. They still continue to fight him out. He goes into the Tombstone, and that's where he comes out of it, only to Wind Waker himself up. It's only buying time and space for Shad to fight, but Shad can't fight for long. Shad goes down. They don't have buyback. They don't have buyback. That's 100 seconds on the sidelines for both Jakiro and the Lifestealer. 25 seconds before the Lifestealer is back. You've got another... actually, you don't have another glyph. There's already been tier 3 taken down. So, yeah, but... they're trying to even up the... Rax's score at the very least. They won't be able to do all the most, but blink forward. Mixer's got himself the Hex. You don't have follow-up damage, but maybe, just maybe, you can take down Triple S. Because she stays nearby, the big brother in the playground. Hard to go for a fight in a situation like it, but they're going for Big Brother instead. How dare you? How dare you?
Oh man, Stormstormer really thought he had the upper hand, being able to dodge out that Berserker's Call, but he had another thing coming. No buyback on him for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's alright, but maybe Munkushi goes down before that even becomes a factor. Triple S buys him a little bit more life. Shad can't focus him down, but he goes inside Triple S. That's where he should be falling. Backlines, the Queen of Pain is still fighting, and with the buyback now being used, this could still be a death on the Morphling. His BKB is going to be running out soon. A full set of buybacks for use on the OG side. And now all that 1win want to do is disengage successfully.
He will be losing. Got out, but he does have buyback. He does have buyback. At the end of the day, T-Time, OG are going to push, and they are going to force out the buyback from this Axe and this Shadow Shaman. And we are going to be...
Co-op's going for a refresher, by the way. I really would have liked a Wind Waker because of what you mentioned earlier on. Obviously, not just to save herself, but also we've seen how long the Morphling can stay alive as long as he gets his BKB up. It is massive. OG are fighting for the Aegis. This will be their second Aegis of the game. The first one didn't really do too much for them. Does get away. He's the only one without buyback, so you always have to be a little bit scared. Hex down and Daze, it's a good kill to find if you can, but they're counter-initiating. They want to go in. This might be a mistake. Stormstorm is still without buyback, does get the hell out of there, but now comes in Shady to be able to fight up. It's a chaotic offering on a 3. You're going to be able to take down the Shadow Shaman, but you lose your Lifestealer forward. The Marcy's down as well. Stormstormer now trying to disengage. He will have bombed up just enough gold for the buyback, but he's going back in. Is there going to be anything else offered up from OG? No, they don't want to recommit in. Mix is just trying to blink his way out of there, and it's a 2-for-2 special. God. Mix is being pushed backwards. He's likely going to be forced to use his buyback over him, and she's just taking him down. Buyback used up for the Marcy, used up. Actually, Undying's not going to need the buyback. He's got the Ceaseless Dirge available, so he's going to be able to save it nonetheless. They're trying to find a way to save their heroes. Squadix is taken down in the process, and Munkushi's hardly feeling like a healthy man. Waffling will fall on top of it all. So, it's good to see, but again, none of this matters if you're not able to force out the buybacks, but if you can, then an axe going down as well would certainly help. All 3 cores are down and buybacks are inevitable. The only question is, can you pull them out without losing a player yourself?
They have to hold on to their supports, and I think they should be using their buybacks right about now. You don't want to react with your buyback, you need to preemptively use it.
Look at the dead already used as well. Squadix try to go in and initiate onto the Lifestealer. They want to take him down so he can't come back into the fight, but a quick save from the Undying. Jad comes out of the Tombstone. Undying. Mixer continues to be a menace. Wind Waker's himself away. Safety's been found, but is it temporary? Is this solace going to be permanent? Munkushi, the swift blink forward immediately deletes the Undying. Quinnipian has the option for going for an unrelenting eye, by the way, which would be incredibly useful. But we're going to hold that thought for a second because Munkushi is managing to beat down on Stormstormer. Stormstormer tries to go in onto Swedenstrom, but with the lasso on the other side, he'll just lose his life instead. Going to be Shed in the meanwhile, who's able to get the bash onto the Queen of Pain, not just once but twice. Marcy loses her life. Munkushi's just fighting back in. Triple S 4-star down to the low ground, will still end up falling. He doesn't have buyback, don't forget that one. Stormstormer needs to be careful not to lose his life over here. Will be able to come right back into the fight, but that'll be without the Divine Regalia to help him out. Help of the Undying, who cares? That is a dead Morphling. No buyback on him either. OG might have finally done it. They might have finally found that one straw to break this camel's back.
Oh man, there is no hope for 1 win left now. All OG really need to do is enter their base, and what a performance by Stormstormer in that last team fight. He went in guns blazing, able to take the heat from everyone.
And right now, 1 win, no, it is good game. Well played. 1 win, no, they don't have a chance. They'll have to try and fight back from the lower bracket. Squadix moves in, does what he can. It is a commendable effort from him across this entire map, even you can go as far as saying across the entire series. But 1 win, it is game over. They call GG, they disconnect. They will take the knee, and OG are your first grand finalists for the 2nd series of CCT Season 2.
They played the better game, T-Time, and despite of having the weaker draft, despite of this being a Morphling game through and through,